It's 10 o'clock. Do you know what your frequency is? Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to Fladge Rants Live. Here is how water resonates at 528 hertz and 432 hertz. Isn't that interesting? It's like a little snowflake. Well, so today's topic is resonance. Mostly sonic or harmonic resonance, but I'd like to touch on Rupert Sheldrake's theory of morphic resonance. Now, I had to look it up because morphic sounds like change, like metamorphosis, but morphic simply means form. So, creatures of a certain form or type, if they can resonate, they can communicate with one another using vibrations. Now, this makes sense when you think about the quantum physics approach to the world being a series of wave functions. We are all just a wave function. And you know how waves work. If they collide, sometimes if the crest meets the crest, they multiply, and if the trough meets the crest, they nullify. And so I didn't have to look far to find a conspiracy theory, and that has to do with the hertz that we use to play music. There's a standard. It was thought for years that the conspiracy theory was we were being forced to listen to music at 440 hertz to make us more aggressive. So then it was standardized to 432 hertz, and it looks like 528 hertz quite possibly is the ideal frequency with which for like a human for healing. The Schumann resonance is the frequency of the Earth, the actual our home here, and that is approximately 8 hertz. So you'll notice that most of these desirable frequencies are even multiples of 8. That Schumann resonance, the frequency at which the Earth resonates. Now, my dream is to come up with 0-point energy. If I fail at that, I do want to cure cancer with one of these suppressed technologies that I keep talking about. And this one is simply called the Rife machine. The Rife machine uses sonic resonance to attack cancer cells. The Rife machine can do a lot of things. I'm sure I've spoken about the brown tone before, and that the brown sound is simply a frequency that makes you poop. And so the Rife machine was stifled, and someone doesn't want the cure to cancer getting out there because it has true potential. Now, the reason I first got interested in harmonic resonance was it sounded like a legitimate method by which to move megalithic rocks. I'm not sure if that's a method that can be used. All the experiments I've seen use a really light thing, and they use, sonic resonance to hold it in the air, but static electricity will hold a really light thing in the air. So I'm not completely sold on that. But there are like Buddhist monks in Tibet that use these giant horns, and they are said to be able to levitate rocks. I don't know why I don't see any video evidence of this, so I have to remain a skeptic. Any of this resonate with you boys? Welcome to Fladge Rants Live.
It resonates with me just fine.
We're doing ASMR.
It's a resonance.
Oh, it is. It's a resonance. Your ASMR doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah, it does.
Are you representing the national champions and the Lions advanced last night
by 1 point?
Look at me, Mr. Fairweather.
423.
You guys ever watch football?
What's football?
I never watch football. It's an entertaining game, but yeah, I got other shit to do.
I like football.
Yeah.
We could be wasting our time on worse.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm not like hating on it for sure, but I don't know.
As a 0-16 season ticket holder at the time, I can enjoy it now. I'm still not getting hyped though. I mean, we won one playoff game in 30 years by 1 point. Let's just calm down. See what happens. See what happens next week. It's like we celebrated like we won the Super Bowl, which I guess is an improvement because we used to we used to only do that on draft day, and now at least we're doing it in the playoffs. So one step at a time. I love my same old Lions.
Yeah, I just got the shit for Christmas.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I don't own much Lions gear because I don't root for losers. So
yeah, I do. I root for the home team. I'm not a bandwagoner, but I'll get out of the way of a bandwagon because
That's yeah.
I also pull the lever to have a bandwagon kill one person instead of 5. We went over that.
Good call.
All right. Well, since we're on that topic, let me just pull something up really quick that I had offhand here. So when it comes to fandom, where do you guys sit with like this type of stuff?
Oh no.
Oh, don't worry. It's not...
Oh yeah, no, I never worry when you bring up videos. I'm completely relaxed.
No, it's just
we're still on YouTube and everything, so
I know, but it's not like I'm going like horribly absurd. Here we go. What do you guys feel about this type of behavior?
32 years, your Lions have won a playoff.
So far, so good. That guy, I watched this. That guy's a little emotional.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Justified or no?
I'm fine with it. I don't know what he went through that day.
Justified or no? It's a sport. I literally my comment is pretty much just you watched somebody else accomplish something and you feel attached to it because the team plays in a similar vicinity of where you live.
Hold on.
That
usually holds up. If you're like, I cheered louder to the TV, then yes. That particular fan helped them win. I know on 2 particular occasions they caused they had to throw a flag for delay a game, and another 2 they had to have a timeout. So they did participate in the win to some small extent. Very small extent. I get what you're saying too, that like I like when they say us or we. They're like, dude, you're a fan. You're not in the locker room. You're not part of the we. I mean, they might say it in the press conference, but let's be real. But
it's
still,
like you were out there too. I didn't see you out in the field.
On the other side, no offense, this is like the worst thing I've ever said to you in your life. I feel like I'm talking to Gary a little bit because, like, let them. I mean, so what if they think there's God, or so what if they think it's the greatest day of the world? You know, the world pretty much sucks. The world pretty much sucks.
It's gonna make fun of you. Is all. This is what you're like. This is your like of all the things that I would cry over. This is not one of them.
Good point. I hope this guy is just soft. I hope he's cries.
He's got nothing else going on. He's got nothing going on in his life. This means that much.
We don't know that. He could. He's been doing everything wrong at work. People are shitting in his food. His mom could be sick.
One excuse. Say someone that you loved and you grew up with watching the Lions is passed on, and like this is kind of like something that they wanted. I could see maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the only excuse.
Oh, you know what? I know what it was. He's just upset because he missed the game that was premiering on Peacock only last night. And if you didn't have Peacock, you missed the game. So he's not even crying about the Lions. He's crying because he missed the Kansas City game the night before.
Not to sidebar too far, but I heard people complaining about that. But I follow wrestling marginally. I listen to more about the business of wrestling, but they're potentially going to be pushed into a streaming service. This whole thing of the NFL going to a streaming service it's brilliant because you're paid a flat rate for your content. You can get more for it. You don't have to worry about advertisement dollars, and you don't have to worry about ratings. It doesn't even matter anymore.
I think it's challenging for me to accept that you have a problem with football as a sport, but you're a wrestling as a sport fan.
It's a
Entertainment?
yeah, and
So it's football.
It's just it's like a vanilla entertainment piece that they don't sprinkle in anything that's going on in news or politics. It's just very like I don't watch it like Die Hard. Like I'm not like a.
I think you are.
I listen to more podcasts about like.
Do you now, or did you ever have any wrestling figures, or dolls, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you just said it like it's a matter of fact. Yeah.
Well, I actually just sold like
Gary,
a lot of them, all of them.
I want to include G-Far. What the fuck is your name mean? What is that?
What?
I almost said Jafari. Jafar, yeah, Jafari is from Aladdin. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's Jafar.
I think whoever's sitting next to you needs to do some sit-ups, dude. That gut is lost. Yeah, it looks like a marshmallow or a pillow. Or is it?
I didn't mean to throw a wrench in everything by like going straight
Football.
lines and
yeah, dude, let's do it.
Dylan.
I love it.
No, there's already been more than enough talk. Nobody wants to hear that bullshit.
More than enough, but we never ever
Sports
get
talk.
to.
Yeah, there's how many other sports shows there are that do nothing but sports. It's all been said. All I want to do is make fun of this guy and potentially this guy because he looks like he's got some tears in his eyes. The guy next to him. Yeah, this guy for sure. This guy number 2 because he almost made eye contact with him. I think he's a little embarrassed for him, but
dude, they went live to him when Jared Goff was kneeling down the last, like when the game was over, all they had to do was run the timeout.
Did you freeze?
That's when he was crying. Hey, you froze up. But you're back.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't. Find something else to live for, sir. Crying over the crying over the accomplishments of somebody else that plays for a team that just happens to play near you. So for some reason you feel like you have this direct attachment to it. Makes no sense.
In my opinion, I have money invested in season tickets. Like I contributed, not like the way the Packers own the team, but in some small sense.
You didn't contribute.
I did.
You got something for your money. You didn't contribute. I don't contribute to Taco Bell because I went there for lunch. Just bought their food.
So just like if somebody were to like, follow, comment, or subscribe, or join us, that's giving us a few bucks to support us. I supported the Lions. That's all I meant with my dollars. So
that's fine, yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong, I automatically feel like I'm entitled and invested emotionally and financially in the team. And I consider myself a relatively sane person, but that is insane to think that I have any like Martha, what are you doing? You didn't ask me. Martha's used to be the owner, by the way. By the way, she used to be the owner.
By the way,
that's the problem why they can't get anything done, because the owner's a woman.
Ooh.
The other, so
we got Gary.
The other
hey, you're back, Gary. Hey, how you doing? That's great. Yeah. That's a great frame you have there too. You look wonderful. How are you today?
Outstanding.
The wood paneling looks great.
Thank you.
What's resonating with you today?
The wood paneling.
The wood paneling.
One more thing on that football note. What do you guys? What's your guys' opinion on them not letting people with Stafford jerseys in? Or there was a couple bars in the area that would not let people in their bar if they had a Stafford Lions jersey on. Stafford Lions specifically. You think that's stupid? I think that's like what's so petty and dumb. Like,
yeah, that is petty and dumb.
Some people only have like one Lions jersey, and it might just be a Stafford jersey, and it's like, oh, you can't wear it. You can't root for both teams. Like, how fucking they were really doing that? Like, that's what I heard.
Yeah, they were even trading. You could get a brand new any player you wanted if you traded in your.
Can I get a Matthew Stafford jersey?
Yep.
Oh,
can I get a Rams?
I don't know. Dude, private business. They can be as stupid as they want to be. Plus, look,
Um,
it's promoting their business. So it worked, good or bad.
Is that really grounds for kicking somebody out? Like, I think could you have a lawsuit over that for just discriminatory? It's not like it's
No.
offensive.
You can
no, you can turn
pretty
away
sure
anybody for any
anybody for
reason.
any
It's absurd,
reason
though.
except one.
But
One reason you can't. That's the only reason.
right.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, back to resonance. Gary talked about the what was it? The solfeggio, Sophigio,
One more time.
Sophigio, and this black guy eating food. So I just happen to have
Man, I'm hungry. See, that's why I eat food, because you show videos with food almost right away.
Others refer to these
I'm hungry,
distinctive
by the way.
sounds by their proper name.
You eat food because you fail to eat before the show starts. You
At the
decide
heart
to
of
eat within the
solfeggio
time frame that the show
frequencies
starts.
is the
Which is
I
belief
love
that
that
the
you think that
vibrational
I have these
signature of
choices
certain
and
sounds,
time
ranging
frames
from
that I can choose when to eat
174
in the
hertz
end
to
of the day or anytime after
963
8
hertz,
a.m.
can highly impact our
Especially
mental,
lately. But I
physical,
appreciate
and
that.
spiritual health.
I'll try to make better
So
choices
let's take a
before the
closer
show
look
tomorrow.
at this mysterious phenomenon.
you could have the choice of a mute, but I've got a mute button on my end. I don't think you two have one on your end, though.
The ancient solfeggio scale, known as
maybe
just
train you guys how to
intonation, is renowned for its use in the Gregorian chants, but its history can be traced back to biblical times.
Yours is either,
Six-tone
I have to
scale,
argue, if yours is either on or off, try driving a car with a button instead of a pedal. See how that works for you.
Musicologists and scientists
Well, if I was
to have a
handicapped, I would.
positive effect on the mind and body. Back in the 11th century, a
You're muted now.
Benedictine monk named
I
Guido
know.
d'Arezzo introduced the musical scale we now know as the solfeggio
Oh, and then I got
frequency.
this. I got this
Modern
fancy little
research
schmancy thing here
contests
too.
that the scale dates back much further. The monks used the original 6 solfeggio notes in their Gregorian chants,
Although
which
apparently
we
if I
now know
mute and yell,
consist of the frequencies 396.
So notice how even like all this solfeggio shit goes back to religion, people of religious
What?
stature.
Oh, you said
Religion created everything.
Everything goes back to religion.
Everything. Isn't that weird?
No, it's not weird.
So hold on. The religion is claiming it. It goes back. It goes back to itself or nature or whatever we want to call it, to the energy, to the one, to
The monks invented it.
Religion is just trying to define something that's undefinable. Let's get that established before we keep calling religion this omnipotent energy.
Is any of this solfeggio shit like that? You guys actually believe it? I guess there's a science behind it, but they've had those like apps where it's like, there's a certain frequency or tonality that if you listen to, it'll make you calm or make you whatever.
Yeah.
They're nice to listen to because they're usually kind of just, like white noise type shit. But I mean, do you guys really think that there's sound frequencies that you feel change you or could do?
Yes. I got a new
I
furnace.
don't know, when I put on my favorite song,
I can't stand when the one blower comes on, whatever frequency it is. And I love low bass in a car when it makes your nose vibrate. Love that. But this particular frequency is not in tune with me. Just when my inducer motor goes on for about 30 seconds before the furnace starts, can't be anywhere near it. I can't hear it. I can't hear anything else. I can't concentrate. It takes over everything. So it definitely resonates in a bad way with me. But then when you like whisper and thump in the mic, I get all tingly and noises. That resonates the other way where I'm all like, ooh.
It resonates in your pants.
No, not there. More up in the back of my neck and brain. What the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot of things. A lot of things.
My pants is for my wife. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Have you ever been turned on by another man? I never have. I've been repulsed. Completely repulsed. So you guys got real quiet all of a sudden.
See, no, but I want to dive back to Gary because Gary hasn't said anything, and I kind of want to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm playing the video. But you go back to being turned on by another man, and that's just another thing that I have. But we can pull it.
Sorry.
Let's go back to the show. I want to dive more into the
528, 639, 741, and 852 hertz. Unfortunately, by the 16th century, the scale was lost, though the exact cause is unknown. Some say the solfeggio was abandoned for a new music scale. Others argue that it disappeared among Western Europe's Middle Ages political and religious turmoil.
Start over. Did you anything else you played? Should there have been sound?
Well,
we're a fucking minute in.
Conspiratorial theories, from biblical
the other shit
secrets
was just
to
a guy
plots by
crying.
the Roman Catholic Church.
And the sound was annoying.
Why exactly is this important?
Catholic Church.
Why should you care how musicians tune their work? It's important because many argue that we lost more than a simple musical scale when the solfeggio scale was replaced. The solfeggio scale is mathematically
What?
Nothing.
We can talk over it.
This is more about tone. Like a lot of people say resonance, but they're actually talking about sustain and tone.
9 electromagnetic tones that are required to have the power to heal and raise consciousness. This ancient scale has far-reaching potential,
frequency
from
tone,
repairing
or is
emotional trauma and opening up spiritual consciousness to deepening our relationships.
I thought we were concentrating more on the resonating, the vibrating, the result of a tone. Like what happens.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. We could
the reaction to the tone.
Sounds.
We could do a deep dive into vibrators and butt plugs.
Vibrating. Even the planet
that was really
itself
good timing with the video saying vibrating.
Its own frequency.
Really?
The human ear can only hear a limited range of vibrations per second.
We could talk about vibrators vibrating.
The number of vibrations per second is known as frequency, measured in hertz.
Women call that
ear is
hum.
Full of hearing sounds that vibrate.
I'm gonna be honest right now. We're gonna pause. We're gonna dive behind the scenes for a brief second. I'm just already getting vibes of this being a Brady and Drawer show. Where's Fladge on this?
He's inside. When he's inside, he's quieter. See, I answered like he's not even here.
He can ASMR.
It's okay. Whisper,
people like it.
At the frequency of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. At the heart of solfeggio frequencies is the belief that the vibrational signature of certain sounds, ranging from 174 hertz to 963 hertz, can positively impact our mental, physical, and spiritual health. They form the basis of ancient sacred music traditions dating back to the 8th century, such as the Gregorian chants and Indian Sanskrit chants. The solfeggio frequencies commonly associated with the Gregorian chants are a form of monophonic.
We have videos that can prove that it's actual and real.
Back to the 9th and 10th centuries. Solfeggio fundamental sounds were used in both Western Christianity and Eastern Indian religions, chanted by the Gregorian monks and in ancient Indian Sanskrit chants.
And the bandit from Smokey from Smoking the Bandit. That's where I got Om from.
Really? Whenever that just religious stuff, it always just reminds me of like the church.
Physician and researcher Dr. Joseph Puleo rediscovered solfeggio frequencies in the 1970s, bringing their benefits back into public awareness. In his research, he used mathematical numeral reduction to identify 6 measurable tones that bring the body back into balance and aid in healing. Dr. Joseph Puleo was inspired to use Pythagorean math to examine the Book of Numbers in the Old Testament Bible. He discovered that when looked at through the Pythagorean method of number reduction, the Old Testament's Book of Numbers contained a repeating pattern. Pythagoras was an ancient Greek mathematician. He's most famous for his Pythagorean theorem, which explains the relation between sides of a right triangle.
Enunciating that, or is it just
I was gonna
C squared.
I was gonna let it go.
Not only was Pythagoras important to math, but he also had a tremendous impact on the ancient Greek philosophers, from Plato to Socrates.
I like
the Pythagorean method by Dr. Puleo requires one to add all of the
Dr.
digits of a larger number together.
Spending most of his life living in the frequency paradise.
So you would ask if the frequencies affect...
That was a cool tonality on that burp. It's almost like a dual tone. It was weird.
Yeah, can you whistle and hum at the same time, speaking of tonality?
No.
No? All right, I used to be able
to do that. I think beatboxers can do that. I think good beatboxers can do that.
So I used to be able to whistle going down from up and then hum going up from down at the same time.
Hum on my nuts?
See, now I'm certainly not going to do it now.
Going down, hum on my nuts?
I could go down and up at the same time, is what I was trying to say. But now you ruined it by making it all sexual in some weird way. Like, where it's like the same way I consider wearing 2 hats. It's just an unusual way to go.
2 hats is weird.
Bro.
Three if you count the mic.
2 hats. You ever hear the rapper 2 Chainz? Well, I'm gonna redub myself 2 hats, bitch.
I've never heard of the rapper 2 Chainz.
You have 2.
He's like,
no, I have not.
He's, right. He's not terrible, but he's not like winning awards out here. But he's good. Better than most of that generation of newer, even though he's been around for a while. But
yeah, when you're middle aged,
for instance,
newer isn't new anymore.
Yeah,
for
and
instance,
for instance,
where's that video that you sent? That's the one that demonstrates if tones. So we're concentrating more on tones than resonance. Just so you.
I actually got some mail address to residents.
What's the name of the episode?
Tonality, I think.
or occupants.
This is too much. I got too much on one screen. Losing it.
There.
I'm losing it. There we go. All right, I switched it over.
Right.
Sorry. So I'm gonna play this. So you would ask if the tone, if it's basically hokum bullshit nonsense, or if it actually affects us, or if it can affect us. I don't know. I know that tones, it's like my heater, like I mentioned, my induction motor. It affects me, and watch how it affects the salt on these speakers.
I love these tests.
Okay. There you go. I could have done without the intro.
Yeah.
There we go.
I would love to explain why this happens.
Well, but it's because of the resonant vibration. It's the frequency. If you've ever mixed music, you can see it.
Well, I haven't, so I don't.
You haven't?
Right.
Now, why they picked this particular pattern? No idea, because they start to make sense, but then all of a sudden they don't. Like you're thinking, oh, it's doubling, oh, it's tripling, oh, it's turning. But then the next couple of frequencies, and they're doing it like huge gaps. I've done it in person with a knob, and as you turn it, it changes to all kinds of things in between. Usually it's just staticky. A lot of times it's just static, where it's just all just dancing.
Right.
Like that.
It sometimes
horizontal.
It sometimes reminds me of crop circles.
Yeah, but all those crop circles were debunked by people. And like the first time I saw this, I would expect it, the higher that it gets, the more squares, like the higher resolution the grids would be, but it doesn't seem to. They get more, but they don't get smaller, and that's a high frequency. Wait, is it? No, it isn't. Hertz. 10,000, 20,000. That's low. That's a low frequency. That one doesn't seem to really be, I mean, it's symmetrical, but that's about it.
But look it's beautiful. Why on earth?
It's beautiful.
Does it form like that?
Well, because of the sound vibrations.
Yes. Okay. So that's a wave.
Where it's vibrating more, I would assume there's less salt, and wherever the wave is somehow breaking, it collects.
Why such an intricate pattern? It doesn't look like waves on a lake crisscrossing.
I didn't realize I was muted for so long.
Well,
a very specific pattern.
Okay, so
if you repeat this, is this what you get every single time you do that hertz?
Yes.
So
repeatable to the T?
Yeah.
Because the speaker's a circle, you got to take just the one corner of, 1/4 of it.
Right.
That's the actual pattern. And it's just mirrored. I don't know why that matters.
Do you need a speaker though? Because they had this device. I was working at a BMW dealership, and they had this experimental device that they would put in one of the salespeople's vehicle. Pretty much like a PlayStation controller vibrates, just a spinning offset weight that causes vibration. And it actually sounded pretty good inside the vehicle, and you couldn't really hear the bass outside the vehicle. But that's how they mimicked bass. Like if you had just any type of vibrational at that hertz, it's going to do that same exact thing. That's interesting.
And I think the material would matter.
That's just the repetitive nature of the sound, though, right? So
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The wave is
not that like.
That's why
it's not that
middle A or whatever is always 440 hertz. So it's it's the same. It's kind of why I like music, because it's always the same. It's not like people; it doesn't change on you.
Yeah, I can't listen to the same shit all the time.
No, but when you listen to it, a note is a note. I'm saying it doesn't. And so you can't listen to it. Why? Do those tones and that music make you feel or resonate a certain way? You get sick of it? You get tired of resonating that particular?
No, I don't know.
Even the way you listen to music, like you got those giant over-the-ear headphones, they're going to resonate better.
Well,
you're probably going to have better bass.
These are hot dog buns. They're Beats, so they're going to be pretty, but this is more hot dog bun producing and recording headphones.
There's a Mandela effect. Beats by Dre headphones or Beats by Dr. Dre headphones?
Beats by Dre. I mean, Doctor. They're going to put a doctor in there somewhere, but it's I guess the difference between the actual, because I know in the commercials they would go Beats by Dre.
What if I don't remember?
The verbiage on the package might say by Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
I don't remember either one. So is that a third timeline?
I don't remember.
No, you're not part of any timeline.
Not part of any timeline. That's so sad.
No.
Dr. Dre should get an honorary doctorate from somewhere if he doesn't already have one.
I think he got one.
Doctor. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, you could be a doctor of mathematics.
Remember that other Dr. Dre that was like a DJ?
No.
He'd be on MTV during like the spring break things, and we'd always they'd be, oh, Dr. Dre, and then like it wouldn't be the right Dr. Dre. It'd be the lamer, less popular one.
I think that's fraud.
He supposedly was the original Dr. Dre. That's how he got away with it.
That would be like showing up to see a parakeet and getting some painted sparrow or some shit instead.
Bingo.
All right, well, let's go back to our resonating.
Inside jokes are not a good thing for a show, by the way. I read that, by the way.
By the way.
Oh, did you, by the way?
We like it.
There's levitation technology.
This is Isna Temple dedicated to.
Yeah, right. That's how you know this is real. You guys got an accent.
Yeah.
This is Isna Temple dedicated to the ram-headed Neter-Konom. We are looking to a very important scene from ancient Egypt. That scene is called the levitation of the temple. This is officially the front side of the front gate of the temple. So what is happening? That it seems that the temple is surrounded with a kind of an energy field. And if you look carefully, this is the ground level. And the field of energy touching the ground level. But
no, I want to hear. I just want to hear
criticism.
So what I have here is a big round disc. It came from space, and little men came out of it. Fuck you! It's a hi-hat symbol, asshole. He's just, dude. I feel like I'm in kindergarten, and the teachers opened up a book and was just, now we're going to use your imagination. What do you think this square is?
There's more to this than just look, this one picture. There's
Mrs.
other
Drawer,
glyphs
Mrs. Drawer, I know. It's an energy field.
There's other glyphs that tell this story. It's not like he just saw this picture and went, "Oh, that must be, they're playing a game, and there's like a box there, and there's a circle." Or like, it's not like he's just making it up on the spot. There's glyphs that explain this. This isn't just him just going, "I'm going to interpret this one drawing by itself." Like,
that's what it seems like.
No.
The temple itself is above the ground, and the king is holding that energy field with his hand. And these tools are helping this magical effect to happen.
A magical effect, duh. Oh, and he's also selling his Egypt tours.
Yeah. Anyway.
Where's...
Yeah, I don't...
By the... Anyway.
I don't know.
What, the solfeggio frequencies? Okay, yeah. So since you hate shit like that, then we'll just fucking trigger you even more. Just trigger you even more.
Consider that New Year's resolutions are not the answer for you this year. You need real solutions, and therapy can help with that.
What's your bullshit? What's your problem?
I don't know. I hear the show coming through twice, and I don't know from where.
Brady.
Magician. As soon as I heard magician, I was like,
yeah, but you're turning into Gary with that type of thought process where you just hear a word and you go, no, bad. That doesn't make sense. It's the fucking word that you created.
Before I met Gary, I was a skeptic.
It's a descriptor. He's not an actual magician. He may have done some stuff that seemed unbelievable, and guess what? They attributed that to some type of witchcraft or magicianry.
Yeah, I attribute it to tricks. We need to try this. How can we try this?
There are myths and legends.
I'm gonna try to get stoned and see if I levitate.
Okay.
I bet you
Actually,
won't.
I'm already stoned, and I do feel like I'm levitating.
Perfect.
What floor are you on? See if you can. Let's see if
the third. I prefer the second, unless it's really tall. Normally, I stay up straight up downtown Cleveland, but I decided to stay off the beaten path because it's so fucking cold, and I don't feel like walking anywhere.
I like the Westin. The Westin
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is usually right, like a walk away. I could have went there, but I didn't want to. Too cool.
I got the all-year pass.
Really?
Well, it's only like the price of less than 2. They told me. So it was if I was ever going to go again.
No, that's the same shit. Like Toledo Zoo, Detroit Zoo, Greenfield Village. Like if you go there twice a year, you might as well just get the annual pass for the year.
Oh hell yeah, dude! When I had kids, we lived at the zoo.
Yeah. Oh, I'm an adult and I live at zoos a lot.
Different kinds of zoos.
Just good walking around. Yeah, I don't know. You have a beer, walk around, look at animals.
All right, it's been 45 minutes. I politely waited for your name. What is G4R1? Or did you tell me and I don't remember?
It's like Gary. It looks like Gary, but...
Is it really that it? It's not girl? It looks like girl. Honestly, it looks like girl.
He is a girl. He's acting like a girl.
Why are you so talking? I mean, why?
I know. A possibility, but
all right,
things are still heavy underwater.
Have you ever set up a sound system? Do you know how much fucking energy it would take to make a sound system vibrate enough to levitate a stone? Let's just think about that for a second.
Oh, what the fuck?
If you
That's why you use ping pong balls.
If you were that technologically advanced to harness that much energy, you might as well just connect it to a fucking bulldozer or a crane and lift it.
Well, that's kind of where some of the discrepancies in our history and.
But water.
It almost seemed like
to build a wall and fill it with water. All you would need was time.
Again, it just goes back to the ancient astronaut type theory, where you have an ancient people that shouldn't have a specific type of technology, but somehow they do. Where did it come from? Well, if you ask them, they say it came from up there.
Up there. As above.
What? Careful.
Already?
Careful.
Already? So when I think of resonance and frequencies, for some reason in my head, I think of rhythmic slapping.
Okay,
you guys
great.
Familiar with rhythmic? So there is a quote.
We're still on YouTube.
There is a quote. Yeah, this is fine. Jerry Sandusky.
We're still on YouTube.
So there was a gentleman, I think he was an assistant coach at the time, Mike McQueary. I was trying to find audio. I don't think you could get audio from the court. All I have is quotes. But one of my favorite quotes from this.
Go back up.
Here is that. What?
I really didn't know. I really didn't know what to do. Oh, all right. All I saw is I really didn't know shower.
Yeah. So context: Jerry Sandusky molested children.
Allegedly.
Under the guise of being a coach. Yeah. So this Mike McQueary guy was an assistant coach, and it's just so there was the shower incident. So Jerry Sandusky was supposedly he was because he's proven guilty. This is not allegedly. He was in the shower with I believe the kid was 10 to 12 years old. So here we go. McQueary says he was at home on Friday night watching football movie the evening of the incident and was, quote, motivated by the movie to get football film from his locker. When he opened, all over the place, and not my normal mouse. When he opened the locker room door, McQueary said he heard a rhythmic slapping sound. McQueary said he surprisingly. So go ahead. So the rhythmic slapping is something that always stuck with me. McQueary said he surprisingly saw Jerry in the shower with a boy. He went back to his locker and stepped to the right to make sure he saw what he thought he saw. Jerry was behind the young boy in the shower. The boy was up against the wall, facing the wall, McQueary testified. Jerry was directly behind him and in a very close position. I stepped back and didn't want to see it anymore, to be frank with you. They both turned, so their bodies were facing me, McQueary said.
So they called him Frank?
I guess so. They were 4 or 5 feet apart. I know they saw me. They looked directly in my eyes. How fucking creepy is that, right? They're just like rhythmic slapping, right? So, we'll give the man his defense, right? So, this is terribly designed website, but
you will vibrate differently has a whole new meaning after that story.
Yeah, so Sandusky says that the slap sound was actually the sound of the sound in the shower was actually snapping a towel. So apparently he was rhythmically snapping a towel. Pretty hard to do because you got to
wind up.
You got to grab it, you got to spin it, you got to bring it back really quick.
Sounds like
hard to rhythmically.
Sounds like you've done that
towel.
Slapped a towel before. You got brothers?
Well, yeah, I've been in plenty of locker rooms, motherfucker. Yeah, I got brothers. But I'm just curious as to. Not in this type of situation, been in locker rooms. I'm just
carry on. You're the expert in this. Gary, are you starting to understand his aversion to sports all of a sudden?
Yep.
Perversion to sports? What'd you say?
So I get it. Crying for victory and joy in sports, bad. Crying for coach humiliation in the locker room after the shower incident, good.
Well, I'm just presenting facts as they are, doing with resonance. So, just trying to stay on topic.
Gary, you sent me a 3-hour video. I'm not sure which portion you would like me to play.
Sabine Hassenfelder. Roll the clip.
I love that name.
I'm not sure who that is.
That's Daniel Dennett and Kurt Trumongle.
Or I have this one here.
How do you know these guys' names?
These are the guys I follow on YouTube.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I thought you were just really good at remembering names.
Nope.
Which one? Which one would you like me to play?
No, you don't have to play it. You don't have to play anything. I even said Brady rolled the clip last week.
Did he?
I did. Watch. Oh,
here's
you
one.
Won't watch.
Here, look. Instead of Han Solo, it's you.
Oh, I love this.
Short little cantina clip.
Yep.
I can't play this on YouTube. Oh well.
This scene is so overrated.
I don't like you either. It's Gary.
Oh shit!
I don't like you either.
Quick and fun.
Friggin' awesome.
Speaking of things, maybe we should just start. Not go all the way through it, but I was kind of disappointed last week because I had the Fladge Lives.
This is Fladge Lives. That's nouns, adjectives. This is Fladge Lives. I just farted. Yes, this is Fladge Lives.
Yay!
Yeah, I pulled it up on Safari and the audio didn't go through, so I was kind of disappointed because and for some reason the video didn't go through either. But
Noun.
No. Person in room, female.
Man, see, you couldn't have just went with. That's okay.
The Queen of England.
I gotta listen to it.
The Queen of what?
England.
Why would you go with such a vile choice?
She's in the room.
She's in the ground.
She's gone. In the room? Which room? What room? Wait.
I know. How the fuck is wrong with you? You tripping balls?
Are we doing Fladge Lives graveyard segment? That'd be cool.
Yeah, go out there and throw a couple of boiling water in the air and watch it. Oh, speaking of which.
What just happened?
I don't know, but speaking of which. Hey, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell.
I have one of those too.
I know. I just hate when people go through that spiel. They got to tell you at the front end of every. I had a rant about it on the Drawer Show. Probably the one and only Drawer Show.
We had a whole weekend of drawer clips on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And on that
masturbated to every single one of them.
So our sponsor this week is Hostess Ding Dongs and Twinkie Mashups, which sounds absolutely disgusting to me.
They should make a cereal out of that.
Is that so? That's basically a round chocolate covered Twinkie. What's the difference, though? What's the difference?
Isn't it already?
Well, usually it was chocolate in the middle. Now it's going to be golden.
Is it?
Golden donkey.
Was it chocolate in the middle?
The hockey puck was.
But this wasn't vanilla frosting?
It was vanilla frosting, but chocolate cake.
Ah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, hey, world, let's make you fatter. If you weren't already over-caloried and over-sugared, here you go. What's the serving size? Half of one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking dude, they're killing us. Sugar's one of the worst things for you.
They're not making us buy it though. I mean,
but they're letting them sell it. They're regular. I can't go buy heroin, but I can buy that and kill the fuck out of myself with sugar.
Well, but just because you can doesn't mean you have to.
Just because it's hidden under the guise of sugar. Caffeine, I can buy people have heart attacks over caffeine and shit.
Plus, I've seen Gary. He's not obese or overweight. He's a little winded maybe at times, so maybe he could cut down on the.
He's got a tummy.
On the smoking and shit, but if all he ate was those and Pop-Tarts and shit, that's not good. But if he ate a lean piece of meat and a vegetable and a grain, then you can eat a hunk of fucking sugar and
no. If you're like me or Gary or I don't know you because I only see you from the shoulders up.
I'm okay.
I'm just saying,
chubby.
I'm skinny fat. Not anymore. Not since I started drinking water. I cut the pop. As soon as I cut out pop, I lost fucking like 30 pounds, and then I gained like 20 back.
No. Well, it just used to always piss me off because like my middle brother just was always bouncing back and forth with weight, and he would always make like comments just occasionally, just like, "Oh, you can eat whatever you want." It's like, yeah, I can eat whatever I want because I don't. Because I don't. No. Oh, I can eat whatever I want because I don't always eat whatever I want.
Right.
I love salads. I eat fucking fish. I eat freaking chicken. I don't really snack on shit. I don't do overly sugar stuff unless it's fucking beverages like Gatorades and.
You like hockey, right? Hockey players back in the day used to eat and smoke and drink and whatever the fuck they wanted, but their bodies were so in condition that they could put it through whatever. So I think
no, for sure.
Some people can eat whatever the fuck they want. Some people can eat whatever the fuck they want whenever the fuck they want. And then some people surely should not, and they need to change their pattern. And I get what you're saying too. Don't get me wrong. It's rant about the food industry. It sucks. Like in Japan, they have vending machines with healthy options. Here, you cannot find a healthy option. You have to search for it and pay for it.
When McDonald's and Wendy's started giving out providing salad as an option, it was like this big oh my god, oh wow, crazy.
Two wedges of an apple with lemon soaked in lemon, so much lemon juice and sorbitol, whatever crap that shit is.
To keep it fucking so they can vacuum seal it and single serving package it in plastic.
I'd like to see the meeting where they're doing it. Hey, we've cut the banana up, we've cut the apple up. Now we need some kind of a wrapper to keep it good. Somebody's in the back, I know. How about the skin you just took? Why would they chop? Why not just drop an apple? Because they can't. Somebody's like, well, we can get 7 servings out of that apple. And why 7? It's so hard to cut it that way. Gary, are you awake?
Is it 7?
Did you see gummies or something? You seem very in a trance.
Oh yeah, he learned about those in a book last night. Do the jokes ever get old?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're far past experimenting with any substance.
I want to know seriously what resonates with you right now.
Yeah, this is the Fladge Rants. Rant Fladge.
Well,
look at the hands. He's gonna. Oh.
We do have an ongoing discussion, and it seems to bother one or more of my co-hosts that I keep harping on it, but the conversation that I want to have requires a starting point where none of us believes in magic. And I can't get us to a starting point. Now, if you want to discuss my flawed epistemology, I'd be perfectly happy to do that. It makes much better radio to talk about things that we disagree about than things that we're lockstep. Yeah, we are in full agreement. Who cares? That's not interesting. What is interesting is I believe the Mandela effect is a shift from one timeline to the next in a multiverse. And that sounds ludicrous. I'm not applying Occam's razor to the situation, but mass amnesia doesn't make sense to me either. So we can attack that all day long. It's a belief that I hold that doesn't make a lot of logical sense. If you hold a belief that doesn't make logical sense, I'm going to keep on harping on it until I sway you or I pass out from turning blue in the face because I can't breathe anymore.
I made the comment because you like to post the pictures with words as if there's a source, as if there's a source and backed up knowledge. And I just kind of made the joke of that. You don't believe in God.
Pictures with words.
You don't believe in God, but you believe a picture with words attached to it.
Okay.
What was the specific one I said that to? Whether it's true or not, you just posted a picture with words and it was
inspirational.
Oh, this must be true because someone made a picture and put words to it.
Was it very inspirational to you?
I know that wasn't. No, I know that wasn't your reaction to it, but that's how it felt. Arizona. Okay. Yeah. So in Arizona, you may not have more than 2 dildos in a house. That might be true, but it sounds like bullshit. There might be a weird law, but I doubt that they're really enforcing it. But the fact that you grab that, you see that, you either did you find it intriguing or funny, or did you just assume it's true? Or all of the above?
Why are those even the options?
What option did you
what else? What else? Yeah, what else are the words meaning on the paper, on the page? What else does this mean? What else does this mean to you?
That's fine.
Explain. What say you?
I'm assuming it's just made up and very funny.
Why'd you send it?
Because it's very funny. It's amusing to me.
Well, what about the Michigan one?
That's because we live in Michigan.
This one's more funny though.
That's illegal anywhere.
Yeah, to paint a bird, yeah, that would be illegal.
If I paint white spots on my dog and sell it as a deer.
The fact that the bill actually passed both the House legislature, it was only vetoed by the governor. Otherwise, yes, it would be true.
The dildo law?
The dildo law was vetoed by the governor. Oh, so you know.
Look, it's kind of hot if chicks are sharing dildos, you know?
Yeah, and there's so many it's questions. Like, does a double-ended dildo count as two? What about
is it per head?
What about one of those octopus loving what the henshai or whatever it's called?
It's like cars where they're counting axles, they're counting dickheads, or
we gave them an
I'm gonna
hour.
Say if they're attached, it counts as one.
We got to switch off of YouTube.
Disclaimer: the unfiltered and crude proclamation of Jabber speech. Gibber, folks, listen up. Before we dive Gibber into the circus of crudeness and uncensored banter, here's our no-nonsense disclaimer. Served with a side of flash humor. Gibber, look, we're here for a good time, not a Gibber correct time, all right? In this crazy world, we're snowflakes, applesauce, and Jabber critic. We're just trying to spread some joy without stepping on too many toes. So, here Jabber, Article I, let's get Jabber, the sole Gibber of our discourse, be it from guests, hosts, or any random loudmouth. Is to tickle your funny bone, seize your gray matter, and eliminate the path to a mirthful existence. Any semblance of seriousness is Gibber accidental. Article 2, Jabber everyone equally. We're equal Gibber offenders, all right? We don't give a hoot about your Gibber, race, religion, or whether you prefer cats or dogs. We're here to roast everyone from politicians to Gibber to our own sorry selves. No Gibber safe, not even grandma's apple pie. Article 3, screw political Jabber. Listen, we ain't here to hold your hand or Jabber anything. So, if our Jabber offend you, tough luck. We're not responsible for any ruffled feathers or Gibber feelings. But hey, if you can take the heat, we promise we'll dish out some belly laughs and maybe a couple of Gibber. Article I, Gibber, fake news alert, the tales, rumors, and downright lies you hear here are Gibber as a $3 bill. Any resemblance to real life events or people, whether alive or pushing up daisies, is purely Gibber and probably a result of us hitting the bottle too hard. We're pretty sure the earth is round, but Jabber, who cares? Article B, Jabber, cause why not? Parody and Gibber are bread and butter, folks. Any likeness to actual people or characters is just us having a laugh, not a reason for a Jabber. We might not be the smartest Gibber in the jar, but we sure how to stir up some trouble. So, in closing, if you've made it this far without getting your undies in a Gibber, then congrats, you're our kind of people. We're just here to crack a few tasteless jokes, spread some Jabber joy, and remind everyone that life's too short to be serious all the frickin' time. So buckle up, buttercup, and get ready for a wild ride through the absurd Gibber of our humor while Fladge Rants live.
I said that pretty fast.